What is hatching, Toga peeps? OldManTup coming at you today with our Week 9 team builder versus Subtile MC, George, and the San Francisco Arcaniners. Now, this is our second matchup with him, so I'm not going to run down his team. I'm just going to tell you what we brought this week. Some of the things we are fearing being brought. He is the one who has the Mew. He has Garchomp. He has all three of the legendary dog trio from Generation 2 now. So that's scary because Banded Entei is love and life. It's not bird spam, but it's close. And it's just a beautiful thing. He's got Raikou and he's got Suicune. All three things are fat AF and take hits because, as one of my friends in the GBA would say, they are THICC thick. And that's something we got to worry about. So we got to watch out for that on this team this week. Those are some of the biggest threats I'm worried about him bringing. I really expect him to bring Registeel this time. He didn't bring it last time, so we could see that. Other than that, it's a mix-up. I'm not exactly sure what else he'd bring. So let's dive into the team we have. Now we got Koko, Beware, Tapu, Koko again this week. E-Belt, HP, Ground to hit stuff and things. T-Bolt, Dazzling Gleam, Nature's Madness. Possible lead option for us, Nature's Madness, getting that 50% juicy damage on anything he wants to switch into us. If we get Registeel turn 1 at 50%, it'll just depend on what he brings and what we see. But this could put in a lot of work against his team. Garchomp is his ground type that he doesn't want to switch into. Possible HP Electric, or yeah, HP Electric, lol. HP Ice, and or Dazzling Gleams. So that's fantastic. He could be rocking the Babiri Berry this week to plan for that. So that's something we need to watch out for. But this has a lot of fun on his team. It outspeeds everything. So yeah, looking forward to that. Next, we're going to bring our first Scarfmon of the week. That's right, I said our first Scarfmon of the week. That is going to be Boomstick, R-Star Raptor, Scarf, Reckless, Max Speed, Jolly, Double Edge, Ravebird, U-Turn, Close Combat. I may switch out Double Edge for Quick Attack if I need the priority, because things like Scarf Chomp could be an issue. If he brings Scarf Chomp, our team dances around it fairly well between Earthquake, Dragon Claw, Outrage, Iron Head, whatever he wants to bring. Like I said, the team dances around whatever he could lock himself into very well, so I'm not as worried about a Scarf variant. A Banded variant could be scary because Banded Dragon Claws do lots of damage. So yeah, definitely worried a little bit about Garchomp coming this week. We handled it fairly well the last time we played him, so we'll wait and see. But U-Turn for priority. Yeah, pretty standard Staraptor set. Next we're bringing Dreadnought, and this is a Top Special set. Yeah. Dreadnought, big root to get all that lovely, juicy, delicious, succulent HP back from things like Leech Seed and Giga Drain. Got a Sub-Seed set this week, a set I've been waiting to rock for a long time. This was the first week that we'd be able to bring it and stand in the face of things such as, you know, half of his team. He isn't going to want to switch in his Raikou to this. Suicune takes, even a defensive Suicune takes big damage from the combination of Leech Seed and Giga Drain. The only thing that really switches into this safely, and I use that term loosely, is Registeel. We don't hit it terribly hard with our stabs. Just about everything else on his team takes neutral-ish damage from the combination of Sludge Bomb and Giga Drain, but with Leech Seed and Big Root, I think we can wear down the Registeel to the point that it's not an issue. We do have some speed investment. I don't remember exactly what we speed crept with that, but it gave us just enough to outpace a few things. So that is muy bueno. But like I said, Sub-Seed set, one of my favorite things to do with bulky grass types. And we have the Regenerator And substitutes only take 25% damage. Even if he has rocks up, we are getting back to full health. Granted, we don't take any other damage after setting up a substitute. Leech Seed, like I said, he has a lot of fat things on his team, so Leech Seed with that big root is going to be sucking up so much health for Tangrowth this week. I love it, and I can't wait to see it in action. Moving on to Rousey. You guys roasted me pretty heavily in the comment section last week for bringing an offensive Blissey. This week, completely defensive. Come in to soak up hits from things like Suicune, things like Raikou, which I fully expect him to bring. And yeah, this just sucks up hits on both sides, lays those wishes up there, sets up rocks, seismic tosses. He does... I'm trying to remember what they are. I can't remember off the top of my head. Has a few things that can set up what is the essential to 101 or 51 HP subs. I don't know how many of you were around in the Gen 4 days, but having the ability to set up a 101 sub was a good thing. But not a lot of things on his team have the ability to set up a sub that cannot be broken by Seismic Toss. Like I said, there are things, so we do have to be mindful of that. We have the T-Wave, we have Natural Cure this week, so if he brings in Mew to eat the T-Wave, even if we get the Synchronize on us, we can also take this be a status absorber because we have the Natural Cure this week. Wish Passing, big this week. It's going to help us keep our Tangrowth healthy if we get whittled down by things, especially setting up all the substitutes. So yeah, max defense, bold, standard Bliss set. Next is going to be Massacre, another subset. So we are running a pair of subsets, and we are running a pair of Scarfers, which you guys will see in a minute. So this is a substitute Massacre. We can switch in as long as leftovers aren't revealed on the switch in. It's going to be nearly impossible for him to know right off the bat what our move is. We have Sub, Calm Mind, Will-O-Wisp, and Hex, and that does an astounding amount of damage to his team. He doesn't really have a solid answer to ghost attacks. I forget what his resist is off the top of my head, and I apologize for that. But, I mean, it's like 1-2 Mons, we get them out of the way, and it's not what I expect him to bring. Like I said, I expect to see things like Entei, Suicune, Raikou, Mew, Garchomp, insert another Mon. So, all of those things get hit really hard by Hex, and none of them, outside of Entei, want to be burned. I mean, Suicune possibly rest set, so that probably wouldn't hurt it as much, but it making itself rest gives it a status ailment and gives Hex the boost. So if we could get in Sub, Calm Mind, definitely have to watch out for the Roar. I'm sure George has been watching our matches and will probably pack Roar. So that's another thing we have to be careful of. If he has it, I expect it to be on the Suicune. So yeah. That's what we got this week. A little bit of speed, max HP. I forget what we speed crept with the speed, but we put 52 in there to outpace some things that might try and speed creep us. So yeah. Rest, Modest, special attack. Fantastic. And our last scar for Shatter. I promise I won't let this thing go down turn 1. So, yeah. I get roasted for that quite often, letting Nidoking die early in the match. Which I do, so I don't blame you. Scarf this week. I haven't really brought it Scarf, so I'm really wanting to run the Scarf set. It lacks in speed, and a lot of George's team outpaces it naturally, so not a lot I can switch in on and lay a big hit on. Bring in the physical set this week, because why the heck not? The stab coverage, as well as the Ice Punch and Mega Horn, just run a hole through his team. So hopefully with a little bit of prediction and a little bit of luck, we will be able to punch holes and shatter his team with this Mon. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. George is one of the premier preppers in the GBA, so it always makes me nervous knowing I'm going into a match with him. But I brought a lot of things I enjoy using this week. We're sitting at 0-8 going into this, and at this point I'm just really looking to bring fun sets, things I enjoy. I'm not so much worried about a record. I'm pretty much statistically eliminated from the playoffs. So if we win, I want to win having fun. If we lose, I want to lose having fun. So that's how I'm looking at the rest of the season. I don't want to take it too seriously, because when I stress myself out and play too seriously, I get really bitter and really salty. If you want an example of that, look at my match versus Duncan. Nothing but salt at the end of that match, and I apologize for that. So I don't want that to happen anymore, because that's not who I am, and I apologize it got to that point in the season. But we're looking up, we're keeping our hopes up, and hopefully we'll have some fun and rack up a few wins before this season ends. But alright guys, this has been OldManTup. Let me know what you think about the team in the comments section down below. Alright guys, this has been OldManTup, and I will catch you on the flip side. Peace.